Hello everyone. Today the topic which we guys gonna study is acute pericarditis. What is acute pericarditis? It is an inflammation of a pericardium. Pericardium is a membrane covering the heart. It consists of a two layer, the outer parietal layer and the inner visceral layer. So whenever there is inflammation of this pericardium, it is called as acute pericarditis. A question arises that what cause acute pericarditis? The first one is an idiopathic, mean the cause of the pericarditis is unknown, but it is speculated that most pericarditis occur post-viral infection, mean if a patient develop a flu-like symptom or the upper respiratory tract infection which is most commonly viral in origin. So after this infection the patient can develop a pericarditis. The second one is a direct viral infection, mean the pericardium can affected by a virus such as Coxsackie, Eco, Adeno, EBV and the influenza virus. The most common one is the Coxsackie virus. So if a pericardium get direct infection from this organism, the patient can develop a pericarditis. The third one is an after myocardial infarction, mean if a patient develop a myocardial infection, most commonly the anterior MI or the ST elevated MI. After this myocardial infarction, the patient can develop a pericarditis. If a pericarditis develop after 1 to 2 days of MI, it is called as a fibrinous pericarditis. But if a patient develop a pericarditis after 2 to 8 weeks of myocardial infarction, the patient it is called as a Dressler syndrome. The Dressler syndrome is an autoimmune reaction which lead to a pericarditis. Other than these three important causes, other causes such as a neoplasm, drugs such as a procainamide, hydralazine, amyloidosis, radiation and trauma, and the collagen vascular disease such as SLEs, scleroderma and rheumatoid arthritis also cause a acute pericarditis. Clinically, the patient of acute pericarditis present with chest pain which is retrosternal and sharp or stabbing in nature. This pain may radiate to the shoulder and neck and it aggravated with movement, lying down, deep breathing, exercise and swallowing, and this pain relieved with sitting or bending forward. Other than this typical chest pain of acute pericarditis, the patient will also suffer from fever, leukocytosis and will have a elevated ESR. Because the pericarditis is an inflammatory process, so all of these are a characteristic of inflammation. At last, the patient of acute pericarditis will also have a pericardial effusion. Remember that the 50% of patient of pericarditis will develop a pericardial effusion. So it is very important to perform a transthoracic echocardiogram in a patient of acute pericarditis to rule out the pericardial effusion. You guys can see in this echo that this is a heart and this is a pleural pericardial effusion, mean the accumulation of blood in between the layer of the pericardium. On physical examination, the patient will have a pericardial rub. The pericardial rub is a superficial scratchy sound which is produced due to the rubbing of the two surfaces of a pericardium due to the pericarditis. And this pericardial rub is a high pitch, harsh, scratching or grating or leathery sound. And it is usually heard at the left lower parasternal area with the patient leaning forward, because when a patient leans forward we are exposed to the bare area of a heart. It is the area of a heart which is not covered by lung, so we can hear the pericardial rub in the bare area of a heart. You guys can hear the pericardial rub now. Now let's discuss the ECG changes in acute pericarditis. Remember that there are two ECG changes in acute pericarditis. The first one is the diffuse ST segment elevation and the second one is the PR depression. You guys can see this ECG that there is a depression of the PR interval and there is an elevation of an ST segment. This ST segment elevation is usually presented with an upward concavity, also called as a chair shape or saddle shape, and it is better seen in L1, L2, AVL, AVF, V4 and V6. You guys can see now the 12 lead ECG that there are the ST elevation and the PR depression. Now let's study the diagnostic criteria for acute pericarditis. Typically, if the two of the four criteria are met, it is we can make a diagnosis of acute pericarditis. This criteria include: the first one is the typical pericarditis chest pain, the second one is the pericardial friction rub, the third one is the pericarditis ECG changes, and the fourth one is the pericardial effusion. If the two of these four criteria are met, we can make a diagnosis of acute pericarditis. But remember that if we are suspecting a diagnosis of acute pericarditis, we can evaluate a patient with a transthoracic echocardiogram for the pericardial effusion, because 50% patient of pericarditis will develop a pericardial effusion. At last, now let's study the management of acute pericarditis. To relieve pain, NSAID such as indomethacin, ibuprofen or the aspirin is given. It will cure a pain and other systemic symptom. If a patient is showing no response to NSAID, we can give a corticosteroid. And if a patient is not responding to corticosteroid, we can use an azathioprine or the colchicine. And if a patient is not responding to any of the medication, we can perform a pericardiotomy. Remember that while managing the patient, we should also treat the cause of acute pericarditis. So it was all about the acute pericarditis. If there is still any question, you guys can ask, and stay tuned for more update.